Well, there's one question that most of us have been asking. Why is China doing this now? In the last 6 years, Prime Minister Narendra Modi of India and President Xi Jinping of China have had 18 one-on-one meetings, 18 meetings, most of them described as cordial. Modi visited China 9 times, 5 as Prime Minister and 4 times as Chief Minister of Gujarat in the past few years. After all of this engagement and personal investment, why is China so abrasive when it comes to India? What explains this? 2 things: Xi Jinping's ambition and insecurity. And to understand China's actions, it is important to understand the man leading it. So tonight we'll decode the mind behind the Chinese expansion machine. Xi Jinping's story is unique among world leaders. This man is both an aristocrat and a poor man's poster boy. As a child, he saw the allure of power. His father was a top official, a vice premier in the government of Mao Zedong. As a teenager, Xi Jinping saw humiliation. His father had fallen out of favor and Xi was singled out in school. Then he saw the worst of the Cultural Revolution, a rich, educated city boy sent away to a village to be re-educated by peasants. For 7 years, Xi Jinping toiled. He now calls himself the son of the yellow earth. It's a good political plank, but this journey has not been easy. Xi Jinping's membership application to the Communist Party was rejected multiple times. And this is all a matter of record. He has risen through the ranks and he has seen the wrath of this system. Now he heads the same system and he doesn't want to share space. He wants to grab power both at home and outside. So first let's discuss what he has done at home. Xi Jinping is described as the chairman of all things. He has installed himself as the commander-in-chief of the PLA, the Chinese army. And this is very interesting. In the 80s, Xi Jinping was the personal assistant to China's defense minister. And now he thinks he's an ace military strategist. So he has put himself in charge of everyday operations in case of external conflicts. Something like what's happening in Galwan. He has abolished term limits. He has become president for life of China. He has wiped out dissenters from the country. He has jailed potential rivals in the name of fighting corruption. The Chinese army also faced a purge under him. Hundreds of top officials in the army have been removed. Today, China's army, its media and its industry serve just one purpose: securing the president's power, furthering his ambitions. They serve him, not the Chinese people. What about his foreign policy? His dream of world domination. And this is a new playbook. Chinese leader Deng Xiaoping, the man credited for China's economic rise, famously said this: conceal your abilities. This was his way of running China. Conceal your abilities, bide your time, never claim leadership, and keep a low profile. Well, Xi Jinping does the very opposite of this. He has rejected the low-profile doctrine. He believes that China's decline is a historical mistake that should be corrected. And so, he has engaged with nationalists and encouraged them. He has revived old conflicts. Xi Jinping uses China's military as a tool to conduct its foreign policy. And he has opened multiple fronts: Hong Kong, Taiwan, Senkaku Islands in the East China Sea, which is in direct conflict with Japan. The South China Sea, Beijing claims 80% of it. 5 other countries have staked claim: Brunei, Malaysia, Vietnam, the Philippines and Taiwan. Xi Jinping has launched a $1 trillion Belt and Road Initiative to become a global leader. Under this president, the Chinese military has set up overseas bases. I'll give you an example. The PLA has 67 military academies. They train more than 1,000 foreign officers every year. Xi Jinping says international relations should be based on partnership, not alliance. He says alliances are outdated. They're an outdated Cold War concept. He believes in having partners and he always wants to be the senior partner. And I have a long list with lots of figures of what this Chinese president has been up to, but it all points to one thing: Xi Jinping's lust for power will drive him to any lengths. He suffers from a complex because he's seen his father fall from power. He wants to keep it at all costs. And targeting India serves many purposes. Well, targeting India sends a message to smaller neighbors of China, and it sends a message to investors. those businesses which are looking to leave China and move to India. Beijing's border shenanigans will create instability and drive away potential investors. And this is critical for Xi Jinping. His political future depends on his country's economic stability. The virus from Wuhan has shaken that.